So depending on your work purpose, there might be some panel which you will never, or you are never going to use, and there are some that you will need always, you will need frequently. So you can create your own Adobe Workspace depending on what you are working on. So to get started, right here on my Photoshop interface, here we have the essential workspace that is open. So by default, when you just launch your Photoshop interface without first of all getting to change the workspace, you have the essential workspace that comes by default. So if you go to our workspace switcher here, you have different custom workspaces that have been provided by default by Photoshop. So we have the 3D, we have the graphics and web, we have the motion, we have the painting, we have the graphics, and apart from that we also have options where we can reset to essential, which is default. We can create new workspace and we can delete the workspace. So right here we are going to look at how we can create our workspace to customize our own workspace. Now let's assume that all of these panels that are open right here, I do not need them. So what happens is I can delete, or I can close all of these, close group, and I want to set this Photoshop interface. I want to set my own custom interface. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to my menu bar right here, and on the menu bar you have the Windows option, and on the Windows option you have different panels. You have different panels like the action, the adjust, the brushes, you have the history, you have the layer. So we're going to start first off by selecting the layer here. So once you click on the panel, what happens is it gets added to the interface. Apart from the layer, I also want to add the history panel right here. So I'm going to add the history panel here, and also I'm going to add the properties here. I'm going to add the properties, and also I'm going to add the gradient. So right here you can see that we have different panels that we have added to our workspace, and right here I can drag this panel to fit it maybe to a particular position. So I can drag it here to a point where it gives me the blue line. So once I drop this, it gets adjusted. So I can close this, I can minimize it, and I can maximize it. So at this point I want my Photoshop workspace to be like this each time I want to work in. So what do I do is that I'm going to go to the to this, and I'm going to go to new workspace. So if you go to your workspace switcher, you select new workspace, it gives you an option where you can rename it. So I'm going to rename it my workspace. So right here you can decide to set a shortcut right here, and you click on save. So right here this has been saved. So how do I know? If I go to my workspace switcher, I have this my workspace that is selected right here. So I can go to other workspaces or different workspace, and I click on that. So each time I want to work maybe using a particular workspace that I've customized, I go to my workspace, and right here we have all the panels. And what if I want to delete? You would have to first of all know that you cannot delete a workspace that is currently active. For instance, my workspace is active, so if I click on delete right here, it doesn't give me the option here. If I look at here, it says active, so it cannot be deleted. So what happened is I have to select another workspace, then I go to delete, and right here we have this 3D set to active, but my workspace is selected, so it can be deleted right here. Once deleted, if I go to my workspace switcher, I would find it. So that is it basically on how to customize your workspace. You can carry the panels and fit them, you can add panels, missing panels, by going to the windows and you select whatever panel you want to make use of right here. So I think that is gonna be all for our lesson of today, and please do not forget to hit on the subscribe button, like, share and comment to keep this channel moving. Thank you very much.